Hey YouTube, Mike here. How we doing today? Hope we all had a really good week. Again, I'd like to thank everybody for all of those comments and all of the views on those last two videos that I had on the vacuum system. Man, I would have done that video a lot sooner if I knew how important it was to a lot of you guys that were ready to pull the trigger on putting in one of those systems. Okay, as you can see today, the shop is excuse me, full of sawdust. Been working on a couple of projects, but there was something that I wanted to build. Got a bunch of jobs from a contractor that's renovating a bunch of houses here in St. Augustine, and we got to go underneath the house to run all new sewer pipes and water pipes. So I wanted to build this little tote made out of the leftover, excuse me, these leftover red bins from the Milwaukee totes. Years ago, my uncle used to get the milk carriers and the soda carriers. We used to get from a guy that delivered stuff around our shop, and we used to retrofit them, and we would line them either with like plastic, cut open plastic bottles or tin cans, and put them inside of them and carry them and put our fittings and our strapping in there. But this is great. We can put screws and our strapping and bring it under the house. So basically, not to make this video so long, I already measured it out and pre-cut it, and I did a center handle, just kind of cut 2 1-inch holes and jigsawed it out and hit it with sandpaper. So let's put it together and see what it looks like. Alrighty. As you can see in the back, there's a couple of new tools. Actually did a video on it. But I'll go over it quick for those of you that didn't see it. Let me put the cigar down and we'll start the build. Basically, it is, I can't even remember the measurements. It's around 16 by 10, 8-inch top, centered this, 1-inch holes, rounded over with palm router, cut a bottom, 1/2-inch sandable plywood junk I had laying around, with 1/4-inch MDF bottom. All right, so let's put this thing together, and then what I'll do is I'll probably either see how they work sitting in there. If not, I may just hot glue them down. I don't foresee me using the longer one because we carry probably around 5 different strapping and then 2 different size screws. So it'll work out the best this way with 8 bins. All right. Oh, and I did find my glue bots, but I didn't get a chance to fill anything up yet. Just gonna butt join them. That's all. Once the glue sets, it'll be strong as could be. As you can see, I was actually in Woodcraft to actually do a service call for them, and the owner Jim pointed out they got a limited run of the blue Systainer 2s. So of course I had to pick one up, but I picked up a really cool, in a mini Systainer, one of the assembly kits, which is under here, and I'll show you that. If I wanted to put a Festool drill on my truck, which would be crazy because now then I got so many different size batteries I'd have to have on the truck. That's a nice kit because it has so many different bits, Torx and square and Phillips, all different sizes, like 5 or 6 of each. Of course, I found the glue bots when I wasn't even looking for them, because I have them with denatured alcohol in them. But I moved everything when I did the tool cabinet. And of course, you know, you move stuff and you never know where you put it. Don't ask me why I put the glue all the way up. Pretty stupid. little sanding, clean up the edges a little bit with the router. There you go, a little tote. Probably weighs 3 pounds, 2 pounds. Not bad. And they're plastic trapping, so they're not really going to add. I mean, probably the heaviest thing is going to be the screws that I use. You know, just really, what do I use? 1 inch and 1.5 inch screws. All right. Yeah. First thing I bought, I picked this up today, is the, what is it? It's the 2144-20. It is the, what do they call it? The Radius light. It is 18 volt and 110 volt. So it has a spot. Let's see. Well, that's the radius mode, and then it's got 1, 2, 3. Then the spot mode. 1, 2, 3, and then off. Plus, it'll take the 18 volt battery, and we don't have one of these radius lights, and it'll work great because we could just leave it sent right under the house where my son and I are working, and it'll give us a nice, good light. The blue Systainer, empty, Sys 2, but it's a limited edition. I may just like throw it over there, kind of give it a look. I don't know. And it's cheaper. They were, I think, 60 bucks instead of 80 bucks. But this here, when I saw it, it is the SYS-CE Mini 1TL TRA USA. Say that 10 times fast. Basically, their installation kit, mini installation kit. Unlike their big one, this thing worked really nice when I bring it in with the drill. Especially now I'm doing over all my cabinet hinges. So it's got the chuck, it's got the adapter, then it's got the long bits, all from a PH3 to a PZ1, then the Torx bit from a 10 to a 40, and then 5 to 6 little bits. I'll include all of the model numbers and stuff on the description below. Oh, and then, here, I was at, I'll think of the tool outlet name. It's a tool outlet in malls. They're in the outlets. And it's the same company that owns Ryobi, Rigid, and Milwaukee. And they have, that's what they sell inside. But they got rid of that Milwaukee, and now they're going to start bringing Milwaukee back. So I bought 2 of them. And let me grab the original extension so you can compare it. This is Milwaukee's extension. Okay, extension. But you see, I guess you guys can already see the difference. It's the one that holds the screw so it doesn't fall off the bit. And it's an extension, plus it's got measurement on it. It's got increments on it. And it comes with, this is the packet. It is the 4832 4518. Comes with square, Phillips, and Torx. And what was it? $3.99. Why, for the life of me, can't I remember the tool outlet? I'll remember it and I'll put it in the description below. And then I'm looking at these and I'm like, hey, you know, we go through a lot of markers, you know, 3 of us, and we like them when they're eventually, you know, when you use them, the tips get flat. So I said, a pack of markers, $9.99. It is a little cheaper. There's a dozen markers in here, but when I got home and I looked at them, it's an ultra fine tip. So you can actually use this for writing, which is great, and making little lines. Plus, when we have to put our strapping in, the other markers, the tip, when it gets flat, it doesn't reach. This thing will work perfectly on drywall. It's an ultra fine 4822 3150 ultra fine point. Now, direct tools. Told you I'd get it. That's what happens when you get old. I have them in the outlet mall here in St. Augustine, and they used to, like I said, they used to carry a good line of Milwaukee, a good line of Rigid, and a good line of Ryobi, and a couple of other things that they have. But then they got rid of Milwaukee. But now I went in there yesterday, and they have one little, channel locks knife. I also picked up this knife. It's a hardened blade. It's a quick open, and it's very easy close. It is a 4822 1994, but it's nice, very light, but it's an ultra hardened blade. I think it was $29.99, so I just picked it up to carry in my pocket. So, alrighty, YouTube. Yeah, something quick and easy to put together. Like I said, I don't know what I'm going to do. I mean, they hold really nice in there, and I made it just a little bit higher than the actual insert pieces, and they hold pretty nice. I don't know if I'm going to glue them in or just leave them so I can swap them out if I want to take it out and put one of the doubles in there, or two doubles on this side. But Monday we start the first of the series of houses. We could put our half, 3/4 straps and the 2 sets of screws, and could just drag it along the floor under the house. Alrighty? Alright, YouTube. Again, thank you all for your subscribes, your likes, and your comments. I'm going to include my email below, so if you would like to ask a question, and keep the questions coming. I get quite a few of them. Loads of questions with the vacuum piping and grounding, and I hope I was helpful and answered all your questions. And if you like the video, please hit that subscribe button, and I will see you on the next video. You'll be safe out there, and have a good week. Bye-bye now.